Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm SEU President Kent Ingle, and as always, joined by our VP for Student Development, Dr. Bethany Thomas. You're watching SEU Now, our weekly update show where we keep you informed and educated on everything happening right now.
That's right.
This is a big week, isn't it?
It's a huge week.
Why is this such a big week?
Fall break.
There we go, man. Everybody's getting a lot of time off these days.
I know.
mean, nobody wants to go through a hurricane, but at least you got a couple days off.
Yeah.
But, anyway, we're going to discuss some great things. A very exciting program that we offer here at SEU, and something that I'm grateful we have here because it's definitely a need-oriented educational major, but it's tourism and hospitality management. With its very first course launched in the fall of 2020, the program has soared to, new heights in really relatively quick time. So here to tell us everything we need to know about tourism and hospitality is our program coordinator, Amy Bernard, and SU student Meagen Stewart. Yay. Amy and Meagen, welcome to the show today. Grateful to have you with us. And before we get started with our conversation, we always start with what?
Our top three
things that you need to know that are happening.
Right.
There's lots of things. We'd be here
it's hard
forever.
to pick.
So we just kind of highlight three things that we know going on. I want to give a shout out to a group of SU students from our Pastoral Accelerator program who partnered with one of our SU Extension campuses this week to serve the Cape Coral community following the aftermath of Hurricane Ian. The students helped distribute generators, hot meal packs, hygiene kits, much more. They were able to serve about 4,600 families and also had the opportunity to pray with them. And so we're proud of our students and the impact they're making on our community. I know we have raised a lot of money to offering in chapel. And students have really contributed to helping with the needs of the aftermath of Hurricane Ian. So just grateful for all of that. Second thing, our women's volleyball team tonight will be taking on Warner University on the home court, 7 p.m. So be sure to head out to the Furnace to show your school spirit and support the team. Go Fire.
That's right.
I hope we get a big win tonight in volleyball. And then the final thing, there will be no classes.
That's right.
Starting tomorrow, October 13 and Friday, October 14 for the fall long weekend. I hope that everyone is able to get some rest, decompress a little bit, enjoy some time off, and then finish out the semester starting Monday.
That's
and before you know it, December will be here, graduation. It just goes by fast.
It does.
But hopefully they'll have a good time on break.
Yeah.
All right, let's start off. I'm going to ask Amy, why tell us a little bit about your previous career experiences and what brought you to SEU.
I've always been in tourism and hospitality my entire life. My family owned restaurants in the Central Florida and South Florida area, so it's definitely always been my passion and my interest. I was director of food and beverage at Wekiva Golf Course for many years, which I love that job. That was just beautiful to be out in nature. And then I ended up going to culinary school and getting a culinary management degree, restaurant management degree, and then taking that to Walt Disney World.
Wow.
And must have had the pixie dust sprinkled on me. Spent several years there, about 14 years at Disney on the culinary side, so cooking, and then the front of house restaurant management side. Worked in several hotels, theme parks, and really loved getting that experience and really learning so much more about guest service and just the hospitality industry in general and how important it is here in Florida. But God, I always pulled me to teaching. Because the favorite part of my job was always training and mentoring my employees, and their successes were more important to me than mine. So I loved when they got to levels beyond where I was.
Yeah.
If they went to work for another company or something, or moved into management at Disney, and he just, God was definitely bringing me to teaching, and I started teaching as an adjunct part-time professor at another college here in Central Florida, and ended up at Southeastern kind of in an unusual way. I was looking for full-time teaching positions, and then I also saw the PhD organizational leadership program and thought that was really very exciting, and ended up here as a student first, and then was hired as an adjunct and just became a full-time professor and program coordinator this year for the tourism and hospitality program.
And you're still here. And you're still in your doctorate currently, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
she's in her dissertation phase.
That's the most exciting time.
I know. Well, we're glad that you came. Meagen, tell us about yourself. What year are you currently, and what originally interested you in SEU?
I am currently a senior. I'll graduate this fall. I'm a double major. I'm majoring in tourism and hospitality management and organizational leadership. Southeastern, I've known about it my whole life. I grew up in Lakeland, from Lakeland, youth pastors, graduated from Southeastern. So I've always known about it, but what drew me here was the convenience of the campus and how family oriented everybody was. Yeah. I've got a 4-year-old daughter. I'm a single mom. I was a military veteran. Yeah. And so just the convenience of having my daughter 5-10 minutes down the road at daycare, at preschool, and then just the family atmosphere of going from the military for 8.5 years to coming to Southeastern, where everybody is so willing to look after you and to make sure that you're okay, and like they focus on making sure that you are successful. That's what I loved most about being at Southeastern.
That's incredible.
That's wonderful. Amy, share a little bit about what's behind the intent behind launching this amazing program, Tourism and Hospitality Management, and why it's so significant, especially here in Central Florida, in Polk County.
Well, that's a great question. For the state of Florida, tourism and hospitality is a $96.5 billion a year industry. So it's the total economic impact. So the more money we're taking in revenue, the more positions we have, the more police we can have, the more everything we can have. And then Polk County is one of the fastest growing counties in the United States. And Lakeland Winter Haven Metro has seen a 2.7% growth increase year over year. So not only is the state continuing to grow, but the county is growing, the city's growing. And we're also perfectly situated between two major hubs of Tampa and Orlando, with Walt Disney World, the theme parks, and Busch Gardens on the other way. But we also, what I love here about Lakeland is that we have so many independent restaurants, independent businesses, that there's all these opportunities for students to learn and grow and create their own vision, their own hospitality and tourism business.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, Meagen, tell us about your experience. You're graduating this December, which is amazing. Congratulations. And what sort of classes have you taken so far, and what are you going to do to use what you've learned in your future career?
So we've taken everything from what is Hospitality 101 to kind of like our capstone, which was our marketing and our event management classes. By far, my favorite class was the marketing class. It was a completely hands-on creative class where we got to structure just a giant marketing plan for a made-up business that we got to create,
awesome.
Made-up hotel. And at the end of the semester, we got to Shark Tank style present it to a board of investors. And the general manager of Spring Hill Suites got to sit in on that class. And he got to be one of our investors, along with professors from the campus. And just seeing how real life situation of you would sit in front of a panel of people who in your career you would have to present your plan, your idea with your team, and they would either say yes or no. That was the most hands-on experience that I had, and I want to be a program coordinator, and so taking that, just the marketing class alone, and being able to implement that into the career that I want to go into, that's just going to help me 10 times over.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Amy, talk to us about what are some of the careers when you graduate out of this program can you step into, and maybe a couple of stories of students that have already graduated, maybe what they're doing.
Yes, well, Meagen is in my group of my OGs, my original students in the major. But I have had some graduates already. The first graduate is, she's doing kind of a little bit of everything. She's working at a Christian retreat called Woodlands in Cleveland, Georgia. And she's Alyssa Turner is her name, and she's doing kind of everything there. She's doing event planning, she's coordinating the room, she's doing a little bit of everything. We have another student, Sophie Schmidt, who graduated last semester in the spring. She's in Wisconsin at the club at Lac La Belle, which is an absolutely gorgeous golf course and club. She's an event planner there. So they're all kind of going in their own ways. Tessa Turlap, who just graduated also in the spring, she is currently working at Clean Juice in Hyde Park, which is a great Christian company.
Yeah, that's great.
We love Clean Juice, but she is, beyond that though, she is going to have her own franchise of Clean Juice in the next few years. Wow. So we're trying to get her to put it in Lakeland. Come back to
incredible.
Absolutely.
So there's tons of opportunities. I mean, the students can work in cruise lines, in hotels, restaurants, airports. I mean, the hospitality industry is truly global. It employs 15.5 billion people worldwide. Wow. So there is something for everyone. Right. Where do you want to live? What do you want to do? And for our students too, how can we bring our faith and our Christianity out into the world and create more Christian-based tourism hospitality businesses, or at least share the word with the people who are out there.
And now a key aspect of the whole program is 150 internship hours, right?
Yes.
Meagen, can you tell us about where you are interning and what your role is there?
So I was an intern last semester, during the spring semester, at the Plant City Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, cool.
And I was an assistant event coordinator. And I got to do, I just got to, I had, my boss gave me complete creative freedom, and I got to assist with like a gala event, got to plan, coordinate, and create decorations and give my insight. I got to assist with like a Capital Coffee where we had state representatives come down, and I got to meet the state representatives, and I got to run the coffee, the political event. And then our monthly car shows, got to help set them up and coordinate it and take vendors in and marketers. That was just a couple of things. And then my bigger project was I got to plan their Schmoozapalooza, which was taking place this September. So I got to plan and start up the design and get investors and everything for that event that was going to go on. And then they would just pick up wherever I left off, and then they would implement it.
What a cool experience.
Yeah.
Did you get to do the Strawberry Festival?
I did. So we got to, I got
huge in Kent City.
Yes, I got to help. I volunteered at the booth, and then I got to help decorate the booth and everything that we had. And then I actually and reached out to Southeastern and got some of our hospitality students to go and volunteer to get them hours and get them that insight of the chamber and the event. And then we got I was able to go to the Lauren Daigle concert that was there, and it was awesome. Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Amy, I understand you're partnering with a local Holiday Inn, and there's some opportunities for our students. Tell us a little bit about that partnership.
Yes, we're really excied about this. The Holiday Inn Express on South Florida Avenue. I just met with them literally Friday. So this is very new.
Wow.
We're in early stages, but they are very willing to partner with us on a cooperative program. So our co-op programs, I believe, are so unique to us here at Southeastern that students are able to do kind of an advanced internship of going out, working 30 hours a week, and then taking one or two classes with us, usually online, and just getting that full work experience, being fully immersed in it and invested in it. And with our industry being 24/7, it's really beneficial to the employers to be able to have that full access to schedule students when they need them. So what we're working on, I'm working directly with the general manager and the assistant general manager at the Holiday Inn, is creating a program where students rotate through all the positions. Wow. So they'll work in housekeeping, they'll work in food and beverage, they'll work front desk, but in addition to that, they'll spend time with the GM and the AGM learning, okay, how do we do scheduling? How do we do ordering for the food and beverage? How do we look at, occupancy rates and determine how much food to have? How do we act with checking in guests? How do we schedule? How do we, manage all these finances? What's a budget statement? What's an income statement? What do these things look like? So the real life practice. I'm very much a believer in that. And let's get our hands dirty. Yeah. Let's get in there and learn it. Like Meagen was talking about with the hospitality marketing class. Yeah. I structure all my classes with heavy projects. Like if you're shy and quiet and don't want to get out there, you're going to learn real quick that you need
You're going to
have to
adjust and learn how to do that. Yeah. And I love we're very intentional in creating experiential programs so that our students can experience what they're learning in the classroom.
Yeah. Right.
And it makes all the difference in the world. And obviously it helps on the resume building and then, it gets you in the workforce probably quicker by doing those kinds of things. So I just think it's an amazing program.
Yeah. Meagen, what advice would you give for any students that are listening or will watch this later if they want to join the program? What advice would you tell them if they're considering it?
I would tell them to just take the chance if they love the opportunity of being creative and being able to develop their leadership skills and just work in teams and work in groups. If you love creating moments for people, if you love whatever aspect of tourism or hospitality that you love, just give it a chance and to try it, because it truly, Professor Bernard does an amazing job at showing you every aspect of the industry. And I think that I'd just take the SEU not the SEU 101 class, but the Tourism 101 class, and they'll get a great insight from that class.
That's awesome.
That's great. Final question. Yeah. What would be your encouragement to students who might have an interest in tourism and hospitality? What would be some good steps?
Kind of to piggyback on what Meagen said, come and take the class and try it and see if it's for you. But, build relationships. And that's part of building these internships, these co-op experiences.
Yeah.
Build a network, cultivate that network, keep it alive. There's so many opportunities. Again, we're a global industry. Yeah. So, you have that opportunity to go anywhere. So wherever you want to be, whatever you want to do. And even if you don't necessarily want to be, the front and center tourism hospitality side, they need every line of business, every position in there. So it's still good to get that experience, that exposure. But you're going to meet people everywhere. You're going to just the diversity of people that you meet, the cultures that you learn about, and again, just you have an opportunity to spread God's word globally just through being kind to people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. What a great opportunity to be salt and light and influence
so true.
In a godly way. So wonderful. Thank you, Amy and Meagen, for joining us. So this is great. I love this program and exciting how it's growing and just the opportunities, the partnerships, the experiential piece to it. Just an amazing program. So hopefully more students are going to jump in and be a part of that. I want to thank everybody for joining us for today's show. It's been great to hear all the amazing things that's going on here at SEU. As usual, keep up with the latest SEU news and updates online.
Yeah.
Follow us on social media at SEU University, at Kent_Ingle, and at Bethany Thomas.
That's right.
Hope you all have an amazing week. We look forward to connecting with you again next Wednesday on SEU Now. Take care, everybody.
Later.